Can you? We talked about this before, but I wanted to get you to re-talk about this, or maybe you can go into more detail. But can you talk about your relationship with Tupac? Because I feel like some people think that you try to portray that you and Tupac were these best friends and great friends and all that. But I just wanted to get your thoughts and kind of tell me what your relationship was the 11 months that Tupac was on death row.
Well, the 11 months I was on jail for, I really was the owner of a security company. That's what I was. Didn't do much security, as people always want to paint me out to be. I really was like a kind of like a road manager because we did a lot of traveling then, and I was really the contact person that people contacted to get a hold of Suge, or I knew how to get a hold of my security, who generally was assigned to an artist. And so I was really kind of the contact person when they couldn't get in contact with either the artists themselves or Suge, meaning in the office. And the only people I really dealt with at the office was Roy, who was his main personal assistant, or Norris, who was the quote unquote general manager towards the end, but pretty much the same position as Roy because it was just so busy. And so Norris and Roy was mainly the two I would talk to at the office. And it's I don't know why people want to make it out to see like I'm trying to portray like me and Tupac were best friends and this and that, because I probably was around Tupac just about as much as Trayvon or any of them were out in the road on the streets. Now they will be in the back with him in the studio. I have never proclaimed to ever been in a studio session with any of them. I would be at the studio, but sitting back there in the studio while those niggas smoking weed and drinking and vibing and doing what they doing, that's not Reggie. It wasn't Reggie back then. It wasn't a groupie. Hate groupies. Hate male groupies, to be honest. Not saying that those people were male groupies or anything, but they were just there really giving advice and work, vibing with them. But that was not me. I'm not the type of dude sitting around doing that. And so, even still to this day. So I don't get where people try to portray and try to say like I was his friend. I was mainly Suge's homeboy, his boy, his guy, his worker. I was working pretty much all the time while those niggas was playing. I was doing stuff. I was making sure, things was getting done. And so that was my position. I was always around. Pretty much things didn't get done without, Suge telling me to make sure it happened, or somebody calling me trying to get to him so I can get permission for it to get done. Because I'm the one that had to tell the security, let them in. Go get the car. Have the car coming. And all of that. They were running to me for those type of decisions and stuff. So for them to say, oh, Tupac didn't talk to you. Well, if Tupac didn't talk to me, Tupac wouldn't have got shit done. So he would call and be like, hey, Reg, where's this? Where we going? Where's Suge at? They called him Simon. Where's Simon at? Where's he at? Where we going? Where we meet at? Where's the hotel? What room I'm in? Where's my room at? That's what my position was back then. My position didn't grow until later, until Suge Knight was incarcerated. So I have never stated or told y'all, Suge Knight, whoever's reporting that bullshit to you, like I was sitting in there or having anything to do with music or stuff like that. No. But 97, 98, 99, the song changes. Nigga, say I wasn't the one in charge of all of that. The one only taking the music and playing it up at a radio station, a college radio station, so you could hear it over the phone or on the radio station, and just so you can just hear the song. You couldn't really critique it and say, yeah, that's good, that's not good, or whatever. Now, there were other people that I would come up there, like Michelet or The Realist or somebody like that, to tell you more about the song or whatever. But nigga, if I vetoed something or didn't want it to happen, it wouldn't have fucking happened. and you would have went with it, because you trusted me like that then. And so for all you naysayers that's out there, you was just this, you was just that. Well, that's because y'all don't know. Y'all wasn't around. Ask anybody around. Who they call? They needed a motherfucking check. Did they call Suge? Did they call Miss Chalet? Could they get a hold of Miss Chalet, who people want to say? Could they call anybody at the office? Would anybody at the office even let them in the building if Reggie didn't tell them that it was okay to come in the building? Man, please. Okay. That's the type of ship I ran. Now, 2002, I was out of there. On the sky of there. And then who knows what happened. We saw what happened. Unfortunately. Yeah.
Yeah, when I interviewed Napoleon, I asked him about your relationship with Tupac and what he witnessed. And so I'll play that to end this video.
Appreciate it.
Can you tell me about Reggie and Tupac's relationship when Pac was on death row? Anything you saw with them?
It was friendly, of course. You know what I mean. Reggie was, of course, he was in charge of all the security, so he was a busy person. You know, he was around. Reggie used to always be close to Suge. You know what I mean. I think Reggie was actually Suge's personal security, if I'm not mistaken. But of course, Reggie had people that was working with his, working for a security company, and he would put security on Snoop or Pac and stuff like that. So it was always a respectful, mutual relationship between Pac and Reggie. He never said nothing bad about Reggie. He always spoke with him and, smiled, and it was a respect. It was always a respect.
Okay. Because Yasmin Fula put out a document where Tupac had faxed Reggie in near the end of August, saying that Tupac no longer wanted his security services. So there's a guy out there, the same guy who claims that Tupac wasn't on death row, that says, this is proof that, Reggie was fired and that Tupac didn't have any security on him afterwards. The week before Tupac went to Vegas, after New York, but before Vegas, do you remember him having security on him, whether it be, recording studio or at the house or any kind of thing like that?
I think up until he passed away, he still had security for certain events. You know what I mean? Like going to the studio. I know from the time that Pac went to death row, there's a lot of times he didn't want security around him. He just was the type of person, he wanted to have his freedom, and sometimes purposely he would dip and try to get away from the security. You know what I mean? But I think up until he passed away, if I'm not mistaken, because you got to think about it, when the day that Pac got shot, some of the outlaws was in a car behind him with one of the security who was supposed to be, telling Pac, who's supposed to be behind Pac. You know what I mean? So they was in a car with one of the security who was put to, be the bodyguard for Pac on that specific night. You know what I mean?
Okay.